Welcome to the sixth installment of SML Foresight. This week we'll be talking about Season 81, Weeks 1 through 3. Before we do, though, let's talk a little bit about the recent changes to the Omni game here in Season 81, while Finn's revels in his perfect winning percentage after Week 1. First off, the number of pick'ems have dropped from 16 to 8. Hopefully this gets more folks involved to where it doesn't feel like a chore and puts a spotlight on some real interesting games. Secondly, if you lose in Survivor, the game is not over. While the owner who survives without a loss the longest will get some extra points, you can continue to make picks and amass points towards your final Omni raid key. Remember, if you lose in Survivor, treat it like a stubborn booger and keep picking. Finally, everyone is pre-registered in the Omni game. No preseason predictions required, although it does help immensely towards winning if you put those preseason predictions in. You can play when you please without any pre-registration required. Before we press on, a huge thank you to Bomber for donating his $50 Season 80 Omni winnings to the Season 81 pot. Additionally, if we get at least 24 folks every tri-week period, I will chip in another $50 to make the overall pot a whopping $150. So please, keep playing. Not a lot of picks available in Week 1, so we're going to go ahead and go straight to Week 2. The Colts and the Saints. One of these teams made the playoffs a season ago, and it's not the one you think. Despite the sub-500 record, the Saints come in riding high from their playoff appearance a season ago and will try to make their mark against a Simbardi champion this cycle, who's been almost allergic to the playoffs ever since. Expect KP to turn the ship. Colts win big. Next up, the Ravens and the Browns, a playoff rematch in Week 2 and a divisional tilt to boot. Meats will look to get some revenge here, but all we care about is if we can keep the score within 6.5 points. The playoff game gives me some concern, but historically this edition, these two have put up some close games. The Browns win, but the Ravens will make Bomber work for it. Entering Week 3, we got the Bears, we got the Eagles. Fresh off a 6-3 win over the Commies in Week 1. That's a real scoreline, by the way. Matt will hope to hold down the Bears' momentum from a rather successful Season 80 campaign. If Matt can play Matt ball, then 9 points is a shoot. If not, I still expect a low scoring affair that has about a 50-50 chance of staying within double digits. Give me the Eagles here. Elsewhere in Week 3, we have the Dolphins and the Giants, a pair of playoff teams from last season in an interconference duel. But this is as simple as which running game gets going. Is it Achane and the Dolphins or Sally and the Giants? After 1 week, it looks like Slice's Dolphins are rolling. So I'll side with him and the Finns to cover the 2 points. The Texans and the Chargers. The difficulty in this game is wondering which fig's going to show up. Is it the doormat or the doormat with a trap door underneath of it? 13.5 points is a lot to yield in any game, and I like Fig to make a late charge to cover the spread. Give me the Bolts for the bookie purposes, but the Texans to still take home a comfortable win. And lastly, the Rams and the Bengals. This is probably my game of the week right here. 2 top owners with Simbardi aspirations, even if the path to getting there is difficult as hell. I think this is a real back and forth affair that stays close throughout. Straw will cover the spread and dare I say pull out a late winner on a field goal. Keep an eye on this one. Bengals and the Patriots. We've got slim pickings on Survivor picks for Week 1 because everyone is so damn fast and playing their games. Of the remaining games, here's a few I like. First off, let's keep the Straw love going as he should make quick work of DW's Patriots. Be warned though, Straw, we thought the Patsies were easy pickings in Week 1 last season as well. Elsewhere in Week 1, this isn't my first pick, but I have to see if I can use Tennessee somewhere this season, and here seems like a logical choice. The Titans knocked off the Saints a few seasons back, but this isn't a cut and dry pick in favor of the Saints. If you need a sneaky pick, go with the Titans. And week 2, you're going to be hard-pressed to use the Cowboys anywhere else, so use them here, especially after Mike's monster week 1 victory over the Giants, giving him and his team some momentum. When in doubt, run it out. This looks like a scary game, but I believe that the Cardinals' rushing aid are going to take the field here and really make a mess out of the Steelers' defense. Trey Benson should have a field day on that defense, and it might be a close one, but Arizona could be a unique pick to give you an advantage and an extra 3 points in the Omni game. Week 3, I'll recheck my numbers, but I do believe the Carolina Panthers have a 52-game winning streak against the Buccaneers this edition. We do have some interns working here at SML Foresight, so that figure might be a little bit off. Nevertheless, go with Carolina. And while it makes me sick to my stomach, take the Raiders over the Chiefs. The QP balloon has deflated the past few seasons, and with someone who hasn't seen him in his heyday, I need to see something out of QP to have me really believe the hype. Until then, K-Season also ran in the league. And finally, my lock of the week. Oh yeah, we're doing this. Panthers over Bucks for your lock of the week. Let's get some NFC South hatred going on here. Finally, some best bets. For Chicago, the schedule is fraught with landmines. The NFC North is unkind, and say what you will, but the NFC playoffs are still a tough jaunt. Dump may improve, but his record in final playoff standing won't reflect that. In Indianapolis, I like KP and the Colts to rebound and make himself known again in the AFC. There are still too many dragons to tame in that AFC, despite him having slayed them before. I do like KP to get into round 2 at the very least before season 81 is all said and done. And finally, Seattle. At this point in the cycle, it's really hard to surprise anyone with a playoff team out of left field, but I do like Doink Seahawks to use a bit of momentum from season 80 and trampoline into a wildcard berth. He won't do much with it, but hey, he'll at least be one of the last 4 teams in. The last 14 teams in after week 18 rounds up. All right. That does it for this week. Good luck and happy picking.